What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some Destiny 2 news and updates. And in the video today we're going to discuss loot which has recently been disabled. Bungie are adjusting some broken stuff ahead of the King's Fall launch. We'll cover what you need to know on that front, plus Bungie loop in regarding issues with exotic quest progression, and talk future armor sets. And additionally in the video we're going to talk about new characters we'll see in Lightfall in Year 6. We get a bit of extra detail on some of them now, as well as some very interesting enemies, and there is even more to cover in the video. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and if you do, a rating below really helps us out. But without further delay, let's get into it. Firstly, Bungie help tweeted that due to an issue with heavy grenade launchers doing more damage than intended, all non-sunset heavy grenade launchers have been disabled, with the exception of Salvation's Grip, Parasite, and Uncommon Rarity heavy grenade launchers. They've done this because heavy GLs were getting a ridiculous amount of unintended damage, so it's not necessarily surprising that they were disabled. However, this actually resulted in some weirdness in game. Aaron R. Bond shared to Reddit that his Anarchy turned into a machine gun as the change went live in the game. Some very weird stuff there, but obviously there is an element of Bungie not wanting loads of broken stuff for the launch of King's Fall, so we should prepare for a list of items that can't be used in that first day potentially. We've got some nice juicy B-roll of the updated King's Fall raid right here from the press kit for the season. With it going live tomorrow, bear in mind the raid drops at the daily reset, Friday 26th, and that's 10 AM Pacific and 6 PM in the UK. As always, we'll have contest mode enabled for 24 hours, and you'll need to be at 1560 power to be at the cap for all of the encounters. Then as always, there are additional challenges and triumphs that need to be completed if you want the day one clear. In terms of reward from collections, it looks like we're going to see the Doom of Chelchis Scout Rifle, the Defiance of Yasmin's Sniper Rifle, and then the Quillam's Terminus Heavy Machine Gun, as well as Mida's Reckoning, which is a fusion rifle, plus the Smite of Moraine Pulse Rifle and the Zali's Bane Hand Cannon. And there are 6 legendaries there as far as we know. Plus we'll get the exotic Touch of Malice as well. So going to be a very interesting launch day, and let us know if you're planning to play the reprised raid. However, some other updates from Bungie here, and they say they're investigating an issue where the form of the Danger exotic quest for the Delicate Tomb Fusion Rifle Catalyst doesn't obtain progress from completing playlist activities. That's why folks haven't been able to get any further with that one. Bungie Help also highlighted a problem where PC players were matchmaking console players in Crucible at the launch of this season, and they went on to say that the implementation of loose skill-based matchmaking didn't go live in Control as intended, although those settings should now be active. And here Joe Blackburn jumped in and responded to players' questions about us not seeing an ARC set of armor in the Eververse store this season. Of course, with Solar and Void, we had a kind of corresponding armor set. But Joe Blackburn said for the ARC set, it will come in Season 19. We're excited to see players' reactions to the armor ornaments, and hope to offer an even bigger selection of ornaments and unique fantasies in future seasons. So an ARC-themed set will be coming in the next season. And of course, beyond that, we'll be looking at Strand armor in Eververse, no doubt, if Bungie continue to follow that element focus. And following the reveal from the other day, of course, the Hunter will get the new Threadrunner Strand subclass. Masters of Movement, Speed, and Grace the city as a Threadrunner's playground as they grasp threads and weave new ones to dart through the air, finding the fastest way between 2 points. Of course, then there is the Tyrant for the Titans, Untamed and Wild. Titans tear at Strand to manifest claws they use to sever their targets from the weave, leaping into harm's way with wild abandon. The line no one crosses is drawn by a Tyrant. And finally, there is the Warlock Architect. Architects effortlessly manipulate and weave using only their mind. From the backline, these telekinetic sorcerers can even twist Strand into sentient creatures to do their bidding. And of course, based on the gameplay and what Bungie have revealed about Strand, it certainly looks pretty exciting and fairly ambitious. We can see here some additional images in high detail for these new Strand subclasses. And with that mention of armor a moment ago, this is the new Destination set for Lightfall, looking pretty cool. But something else interesting regarding Lightfall will be the introduction of some new characters and enemies. Initially, there is the new faction of Cloud Striders, who come with these crazy bionic enhancements. The Cloud Striders help to protect Neomuna, the new destination for Lightfall. I believe they will also help introduce us to Strand, and we now know of a specific character called Nimbus. There's some artwork here for Nimbus from the press kit. Certainly pretty wild looking characters. Plus there's a render here on the actual destination showing one of these Cloud Striders. So obviously they're going to play into Lightfall as pretty important characters. But also there'll be some interesting enemy changes. Firstly, a faction of Dark Cabal. This is how Bungie refer to them once again in the press kit. And probably even more exciting are Tormentors. You share many aesthetics with Rhulk, of course, from Vow of the Disciple, and these will be a new kind of high-value target or champion-style enemy, appearing in a bunch of the Lightfall content. Of course, there's so much more for us to learn about Lightfall, but thought they'd be some interesting bits to point out. And finally, for the video today, there's a pretty cool new intro cinematic geared towards new Light players that kind of summarizes the Light versus Dark saga up until now, some very basic lore, and then some of the storytelling from Destiny 2, designed to give new players a rough idea of how the story arc leads us into Lightfall. So if you haven't seen that in full, we'll run it at the end of the video, but if you've enjoyed this one today, a rating down below really does help us out. I'll be sure to keep you posted with new content over the weekend, including the King's Fall drop, so definitely get subscribed and turn on notifications. But otherwise, as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.
This universe is made of light and darkness. These ancient forces flow through all matter and energy in our solar system and beyond. But we haven't always known this. When the Traveler arrived in our solar system, they called it many things. A ship, a planet, a god. Its presence provoked and inspired great change. It terraformed several moons and planets. Our lifespans increased threefold. And we launched colony ships to settle worlds beyond our own. This was our golden age. But like all golden ages, it was doomed to collapse. The Traveler was pursued by an ancient enemy, a voice in the darkness. It found us. Humanity lost everything. With the last of its strength, the Traveler pushed back its enemy to create something new. The ghosts. In the dark times that followed the collapse, the ghosts chose the first Lightbearers. Immortal warriors gifted with the power of the Traveler's light. Humanity faced many threats in those days. Invaders from beyond our system arrived in droves. Pirates, called the Fallen, came to scavenge the remains of our golden age. The warlike Cabal came for our territory and resources for conquest. The Hive, ravenous worshippers of death, came to feed their infernal hunger. And the Vex, strange living machines, came to recreate our world in their own brutal image. We fought with each other as well. For a time, chaos reigned. Though in the end, we came together to rebuild, to heal. We built a city under the Traveler, the last safe city of Earth. In this city, humanity lived peacefully in all its forms. The humans, Earth's original inhabitants, the Exos, marvels of the Golden Age, and the Awoken, a people touched by both light and dark. Lightbearers took an oath to protect the last city. Over the centuries, they earned the title Guardians. The Titans, paragons of strength and bravery. The Warlocks, mage scholars trained in the arcane arts. And the Hunters, bold adventurers gifted with cunning. Guardians know that when they stand together, they are stronger, And now, new threats use our own powers against us. The Black Fleet closes in, edging us toward a second collapse. And our greatest adversary, the voice in the darkness, is revealed. A being of unimaginable power. The Witness. But all is not lost. Brand new Guardians rise every day to shape the future of our solar system and beyond.